All right, welcome back then. So hopefully this week you can actually hear us better. We're downstairs in Romans this time, so hopefully that'll be a bit better for everybody.
Hey everyone, all right.
Mikey's with me. You've got a few people around us who we might bring in later on to check about their views on the games. But apart from Brennan Johnson, just scored for Forest, good Welsh boy. It's all been pretty quiet here at the moment. It's a bit different than last time you were, Mike.
Yeah, it's on YouTube now, which is really good. So that's going to help. We had a couple of people fail to log in. We did get 100 views last week.
100 views?
Yeah, so
yeah, that's not bad for us.
It was all right, but yeah, we found the audio was a bit crap, so we've invested in some really cheap microphones.
Yeah,
and,
so
hopefully,
hopefully you can hear us now.
Yeah, so should we start off with some news?
Oh, some news.
Yeah, let's see what we've got. So yeah, we signed 2 players this week. Toby Raisin and Owen Evans. Anybody know anything about them?
I know nothing about them. I know they can obviously come over the border because Jack Hodgkins was chasing international clearance.
Yeah, that took about 6 weeks to get through.
We're ridiculously long, but that's the way it is these days with FIFA and the NAs. Bonkers, really.
Owen's been at Salford, is he?
Salford City, yeah. And they're almost is he on loan to us from Hereford?
Yeah, that's on loan, yeah.
I got Jamie Mack behind me on my left ear telling me what's going on. So it's like that's like a producer in my ear. You know, yes, Jamie? Yeah, okay.
So great, and then our other news was obviously then we FA Cup draw.
Well, the FA Cup draw. I mean, we're home, so we haven't got far to go home, and we get knocked out. Hamworth United, where I think a couple of Merthyr fans went to a couple of years ago. I think when Merthyr went down to Wimborne, they went across to watch Hamworthy, which is quite close to Wimborne. They had a great time, so it'd be great to bring them up to Merthyr and give them some hospitality as well.
And it's obviously, not being presumptuous, but it is a game we could possibly win.
Yeah, and
we desperately need it.
We desperately need a cup run anyway. But I think it's a good draw. We're home. Obviously, I'm going to worry about travelling away. It's a team we should beat. But we've been there before with Hartley Whitney, so we know.
Well, the Western Division, the Wessex is 2 leagues below us, is it?
Yeah.
Here's Jackie with the team sheets.
Oh, Mark Jack with the team sheets.
So
I think we played in our league before. We played Portchester, haven't we? And teams like that down there. So we've had a few games against them. We've done all right usually.
Street in the league.
I think Street them up in Wiltshire way. I know.
No, that was down. I'm sure they were Wessex League. We played them a few years ago.
Fair enough. So it's a great draw. So it's a home draw. It's a great draw. So let's see if we can get something through it. But again.
So team sheet for today. We got Steve Canning goals. Adam Davis, captain. Then Owen Evans is going to go straight in. Ishmael Yakubu and Dan Bernard. And then in midfield, we got Matty Harris, Fraser Thomas. And then we've got Elias Youssef has obviously come back to the team and straight in. Kerry Morgan, Tom Middleman, and Trailer. And then on the bench, we've got Alex John, Elijah Phipps, Cameron Keach, Toby Raisin, Omar Baheldine, and Morgan Clark. So Morgan's back as well. So
it's not bad.
We're nearly. I think I might be full strength now.
I think it is probably full strength now. Yeah. I mean, with Owen Evans coming in.
All 18 players picked. So.
Yeah, we've got 18 players down. Owen Evans coming straight in. I mean, a bit harsh on Cameron Keach, who's battled hard for us, but let's see how we can play, Because
I thought we've looked a little weak at left back.
I don't know how good this team is at the moment.
To be honest, I thought down in Western that was one of our problem areas, and the biggest problem area has just been keeping the ball at the right end of the field.
Oh yeah, I don't know how good we are or bad we are still because we haven't had a pre-season really. Let's be honest. We're 3 games in. I'm told in Cheshire we were brilliant first half. Scored a great goal. Kerry Morgan won the goal apparently, and then. From an hour onwards, we're sort of struggling a bit. I mean, is that the pre-season catching up with us?
I think so. I don't know. Now there's 18 players. It's going to obviously lighten the load because it was.
But I think this always happens. This always happens to us. So every year, though. I mean, let's be honest, because it's that trickle-down effect of players. Players want to play in the League 2. They can't go there. So they look at conference. They can't go there. They don't get a sign. They go to Conference South. They don't get a sign. So then they come to us. Plus, you add in the Cymru Premier starting early. I think it's been much more difficult this year to attract players.
When we spoke to Will of pre-season, about 3 weeks ago, he said this might take 12 months. And he might, it's going to be one of these things. It's just going to keep on growing and flexing. And non-league is a bit like that anyway, because people are, they're on week to weeks mostly. So if you can find someone that's going to drastically improve the squad and it's not going to cost you much more, then
and because we've been unlucky with a player coming in, I can't remember the name of the player coming in, who was moving down here to play, and then his wife couldn't settle or something. He went back. That's the nature of non-league football. You know, that's how it works. So,
so it looks like sort of full strength today. So
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, how have he started off? Do anybody know?
No clue. I don't know where Beaconsfield is. I know it's in England. I'm sure it's down in darkest home counties.
I can't see any.
I think it's down those places. You know, when you used to have come dancing back in the day, you used to have home counties south. I think that's where Beaconsfield is. They'll have Marjorie and Dennis from Beaconsfield doing the military two-step for home counties south. I think that's where Beaconsfield is. I think it's down there.
Yeah, we regret it's now 5 o'clock when they beat us about 6 now.
Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know. The games I've seen two of the 3. I didn't go to Chesham. I thought the first game was brilliant. I thought we really matched them. A big, strong, physical team. Western, we weren't going to win that game. They were better than us. But I like the attitude. Keep going. We did all right. So I'm happy where we are at the moment. Yeah. You know, and just hopefully we can start kick on from today onwards.
Yes, we realise it's going to take time. We've got to be patient, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I mean, and there'll still be changes. You know, interesting to see Kenny Morgan wearing number 9 though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the biggest news we've got. The Cobb and Chips is back.
Cobb and Chips is back. I can confirm. Cobb and Chips is back.
There's a picture of you eating it about 20 minutes ago.
Yes, Cobb and Chips, curry sauce, and 2 sausages on top.
Out of 10?
Oh, man, it's 10 out of 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
They do.
Well, didn't touch the sides, didn't it?
It's getting legendary. You know, a shout out on Radio 4 the other night.
Yeah, Carl Harbert from the board was on Radio Wales last night. If you didn't,
was Radio Wales, yeah.
Radio Wales. He was on Radio Wales last night. If you didn't hear it, I think it's on iPlay if you want to listen to his dulcet tones. But he dropped a few things in there, including the Cobb and Chips, which all the BBC presenters seem to know about. So obviously Cobb and Chips is the major selling point. Whether we should change the badge again to Cobb and Chips.
And then big news outside of the club. What we got? Yeah, big news yesterday, obviously. Ronaldo.
Well, I think somebody said Ronaldo going back to Manchester United is about the same as Di Webley coming back to Merthyr, wasn't it? I think that was the thing, and I think the football world understands how big it is now. Then, when you're comparing Di Webley with Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, one of them is a Ballon d'Or winner, and one of them's drunk pints and strikers till midnight.
And you could have had him up Molyneux tomorrow.
Yeah,
that'd have been the debut.
That'd been fantastic, mate. Yeah, that'd been fine because we've always been the greatest football team in the Premier League at the moment, for possession-wise. It'd have been great, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and then we had the Champions League draw, didn't we?
Yeah, Atalanta, our sort of.
They drew United.
They drew United, so I mean.
Is there any date set for that?
I haven't seen any yet. It'll be late September, early October.
Yeah, it'll probably be when. To be honest, Champions League tickets at Old Trafford's not that difficult to get.
Yeah, well.
Before Friday, probably.
When Ronaldo's back.
Probably won't get a.
But so Atalanta have got Manchester United. Who else in that group?
Young Boys and Villarreal, who beat United in the.
And where the young boys play their games?
In the Wankdorf Stadium.
The Wankdorf Stadium. Fact, by the way, it's not a joke. That is a fact. Young boys play at the Wankdorf Stadium.
Wankdorf.
Yeah. I mean, so Atalanta, our sort of sister club. Maybe hopefully one day, up to Old Trafford. So I think we'll have maybe a minibus up to there going on.
Oh, they've announced it, have they? 24th of October.
Our production team are telling us.
8 p.m. kickoff.
When is it?
20th of October.
20th of October, Manchester. So we'll be running the minibus up to sit outside and listen to the noise because you won't get tickets. That's that.
I think that's news. Have got anything else?
No, the news. I think what was interesting in Europe was the fact that teams from Gibraltar and a team from Estonia qualified for the Conference League knockout stages.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing, you know. I mean, TNS obviously from Wales-ish, got quite close, didn't they? You know, and I just think that Conference League thing is going to be really.
They're knocking on the door every year now, in TNS.
They're knocking on the door, yeah. And I think Connasky have been as well. But it's interesting to know that I think the projected figure is about €3 million. So like Lincoln Red Imps of Gibraltar, I got €3 million to spend.
What are TNS getting for nearly getting there?
I think it won't be far off. €1.5 million.
A lot of dough.
I may be wrong there, but I mean, it's big money, you know. And And again, it's that debate that has to happen here one day.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm going to raise it up and I'm going to
but
say
at some point, I'm not suggesting we run screaming headlong into it, but the gap's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and then I think there will be a point in turn eventually where we won't be able to join because we won't be able to compete at a certain level. But I just think Carl Harbert brought it up on the radio. Obviously, we need a proper debate about it because once you do it, you've done it. But it'll come up again. But it's just interesting the figures and money involved now with these National League teams.
And then you'll have a meeting in here, and you'll be burnt as a heretic again.
That's all right, okay. I don't mind that. I'm happy to be there as long as we can fill the bar where people come to argue with me and they all buy drinks. We make money then, see. So don't be fooled.
Sneaky plan, like.
Yes, it's a sneaky plan to get people in. Yeah. So obviously, once again, looking at the Cymru app, other Merthyr teams playing today. We got Triaris at home against Cwmaman at 2:30. So they're just kicking off now, so we'll keep abreast of that one. Let's see if James Mitten, big Merthyr fan, can score again.
I don't think there's any Merthyr League today, is there?
Isn't there no Merthyr League today?
We should get a decent crowd today. There's no Merthyr League at all. Saints aren't playing today. I reckon we get 650 today.
Saints played last night.
It's lovely weather.
Saints played last night against Cardiff Corinthians, lost 4-0.
I think we might get 650, 700.
Well, I might see James Mitten up here then, because after he scored twice, haven't he? 2 games to play glass.
He might be on the bench.
Might be on the bench. He's part of a youth setup, Who else is playing today? Well, Ballytown are going to Kevin Druids.
Okay.
Come on, Druids. I'm just looking through the Cymru app at the moment.
So we've been away twice since we were last on air. Western trip was good, wasn't it?
Western trip was great. I thought Western was amazing as a first away game with a full bus of fans going up here. Plenty of fans in cars as well. Nice to see a few paces.
You met Bob Latchford's brother, was it?
I met Bob Latchford's brother, his older brother John. So I'm standing there basically.
And you had a Bob Latchford t-shirt on?
I had a Bob Latchford t-shirt on. I had my Bob Latchford Merthyr 87 t-shirt on, queuing up for the bar for a pint. Because obviously Mikey and Wigner don't buy rounds.
Oh, yeah.
And then some fella comes up to me and says, "Is that Bob Latchford on a t-shirt?" And I said, "Yeah," wondering where he was going to go. And he said, "Oh, his brother's sitting over there." And I thought, all right, that's a weird thing to say. And then that was his nephew. So a good chat with him. And apparently his brother moved down to Western, in the 60s. When Bob and his other brother went into football. And they still keep in touch. And apparently he sent the photo of us all then over to Bob in Germany, near Nuremberg, is he?
So he lives there?
He lives in Nuremberg, with his German wife there. He looks about 45, Bob.
He looks younger than most of us now.
Yeah, and it was just an amazing coincidence, all to bump into Bob Latchford's brother in a Western Supermare.
And the night was, to be honest, we did all right for half an hour, I thought. And
I just thought the occasion was more than the game.
Maybe.
Just seeing people we haven't seen before, so Hugh Gingle coming up from down in West Country now, didn't he? Didn't look too well, to be honest with you, but he's out and about now. Yeah. Meeting up with him and just people we haven't seen for ages again on a away game. I thought it was just after this pandemic, half the joy was just
seeing
a lot of
people. We only see at away games as well, so
absolutely. I mean, the people. So that was great, and there was a good crowd there. And we had a bit of a sing song, and we scored.
Yeah, I got
and it's always great to score a goal.
A goal here, courtesy of Robert Davis. So see if I can throw that in. Yeah, it was a head of the back post, and then Dan Bernard stuck it a long leg. And tried to finish in the last minute of the first game, with a long leg sort of up in the air. And to be honest, if he'd put that one away there, we would have had 3 points. But,
no, he put it away, and it's like a week game. What you want is a winning game, is a score goal when it's relevant and it's meaningful. So he got one back for us, and I thought again I was quite happy with where we played. They're a good team.
Yeah,
they've obviously got some money behind them.
See the size of the number 12 that came on.
Oh yeah, ridiculous.
It was like a wardrobe. It was the biggest. I haven't seen a player that thick set in maybe 10 years. He was absolutely huge.
Yeah. Oh, and they were a big. Again, a bit like Hartney Whitney. They were a big team, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, that is the norm in this league now. It's still under the Giants, isn't it?
I think with the outliers we are.
Yes.
If we can get the passing right and get a bit more pace, we might be, we might do some damage.
We could be the jokers in the pack because we're not built like that.
No.
And we could be the team that nobody wants to play because we play. But I thought we did all right. And I said reports from Cheshire was, for the first half we played really well. Second half faded a bit. My optimism may be misplaced because I suppose today is a game you'd think we would win. Let's see, but we seem to be at full strength again.
And then after that, Cheshire sounded like we done okay. I didn't go.
Yeah.
Sounded like we done all right for a first hour.
Yeah.
And again, they scored like 3 within sort of 10 minutes.
Yeah, towards the end again. I think
we can have that. We're just gonna, we're gonna have some decent periods stretching into games. It is.
Yeah, it's gonna take our time for us to get back into match fitness as well. Yeah. A lot of these boys have been in training. Maybe something in the lockdown, no match fitness in the lockdown, obviously.
Yep.
And then they come around, play some games, and it's going to just take a while, And this is professional clubs train every day. These boys don't,
Yeah.
How much contact time do we give them? Twice a week if we're lucky.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Cool.
Yeah. So one bit of good news I thought was the fact we had a supporters bus going to Western full, and there's a full bus going to Yates.
Yeah.
Which again, there'll be lots of people travelling up by bus and minibuses and everything. But it's good that the supporters buses seem to be running again, and if we can keep that going, that buzz.
Well, if you can get one supporters bus a month.
Yeah. No.
Then it's all right. No,
because I think every player has mentioned it so far about the difference of playing for Merthyr as opposed to other Welsh teams is our support.
Yeah.
Because we have got that solid working class football culture support where we travel and you have got that songs and stupid stuff and flags and just sheer buffoonery basically.
The singing down in West End was hysterical.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest.
It was one of those nights of just vowels.
Yeah. So and I think that does make I think it sets apart us from other clubs even in this league. And I think it's a big selling point. Hopefully, I think players stay because they get that.
Yeah, they got to get you first though to experience it.
Yeah. So, so the buses that's a big thing at the moment going on. So, fingers crossed that will work. Yeah. So Oh, by the way, one thing I want to mention as well. I don't know. I noticed last week. I always buy it anyway. Match program.
Was that right, wasn't it?
It was decent. Yeah. No, we said this year before last, didn't we? For the match program.
I think it was a bit weird having our history in it, but other than
yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah,
I think today there's pen picks of all our players in as well. So
well, that's all right.
I might pick one up later when I go through the turns.
Yeah, I go and see you down there, so you can swear at me.
But yeah, it's a decent program.
No, just again, I think people miss that. And I don't really. I get one from my dad, and he reads it from cover to cover, and I thought it was really good. So they're just another.
But it's not the fanzine.
But it's not the fanzine, no. Oh yeah, the fanzine. Yeah. So the fanzine in the end, we are donating £103 to the RNLI from the fanzine sales. Plus we got people paying money towards the club for people who are getting it from away. They put money into the club, so I think we're about 30 quid into the club.
Yeah.
30 quid is better than nothing.
Tidy.
So the fanzine has gone really well.
That'll be in his Charlton shirt.
Yeah. That's Nigel, but he's got a Charlton shirt on.
We'll have a bit of LB after the game. Get his after
there's no point talking to you before the game because he's all edgy.
I got a problem now.
What's that?
Qualifying the Grand Prix on. I'm supposed to be there. I had a ticket for today.
Oh, did you?
Spa. Yeah, I had it for last year and today. But because of the pandemic, I'm able to go. So I'm going next year.
Okay, well, why don't you just go down, stand by the A470 and watch the cars go by? And I'll charge you 200 quid for the fucking privilege. And then you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, clown.
Such a Philistine.
Yeah. It's just like fucking. What's in Spa?
It's in Spa in Belgium.
And there's a Spa on the Brecon Road.
Yeah.
There we are.
So
you can watch that.
If I'm going like that all the time, it's because something's happening.
Is that okay? Yeah. Well, it's beginning to build up here now, man. For people coming through the door.
Well, I don't know. People obviously, I would say some people have never been in here, I suppose. Get the camera.
Oh, here we go. He's going to pick it up and show it down, maybe.
So this is the bar. This is downstairs. This is Roman. So there's a stage area there where Johnny Owen was during the Euros. And then obviously darts, big screen. And then the bar up there. So you probably get about 120 in here on a match day. And this is the downstairs area. And then obviously we've
Yeah.
Got the bar upstairs as well.
This is probably
Webley's.
this is probably for us the better of the two rooms. It's much more bigger. It's more
We
airy.
never wanted to come down here until really we did come down, and then we just thought, my God, this is so much better than upstairs.
Much better, yeah.
Because upstairs is long and narrow, and it's
long, narrow, and low. So it's
Yeah,
like everything echoes. You can have 10 people upstairs, and it sounds as if you got 10,000 in place. No, this is a much better place for us, you know. So with the Dars team playing on Friday, couple of fans.
The captain.
The captain is over there somewhere, so the Dars team will be coming back soon. That should be good. Get some more business at the club on a Friday night. You know, get people about drinking some beer, because it's all about money in the clubhouse. You know, which is going really well.
There's an event here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was going to mention Phil Fly Memorial Day. It's £10 a ticket. There are some tickets left, I believe. And there's going to be in here. There's going to be singers and bands, and I don't know if there's anything on the pitch. But anyway, there's some stuff going on. Obviously, Phil Fly, who passed away. Good grief. Can't think when he passed away. Middle of the pandemic, so
I don't know.
I think it might have been end of last summer.
Could be 12 months ago, maybe.
It's hard.
I don't know,
do you know what you do? You structure your life to football seasons, and you think, I was the season before last one, and it's like, well, we didn't have one, so it was like last season.
Yeah, but obviously Phil Fly was a massive Merthyr football figure. You know, Merthyr Town, such a dry sense of humour on a Sunday.
He'd be probably sat
there.
Yeah,
to be honest, there's an empty chair behind us where he would have been sitting, to be honest. And then obviously we knew the Merthyr Football League back to front, so I think it's going to be a big event here tomorrow.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Merthyr League people here.
A lot of Merthyr. I think everybody in Merthyr who's involved with football knew Philip Fly, and he's going to be a sad loss because, you know, such a sort of quiet, dry sense of humour. And to be fair to him, every time we had a fundraiser, he turned up.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Diamond.
I don't think he understood what was going on half the time, but because he knew it was to the football, he paid his money over. So a great guy. So full success for everybody tomorrow. I think but one of the downsides is there's no Sunday lunches.
Correct.
Oof, bloody hell, mate.
Suspended for a week.
Suspended for a week, no Sunday lunches, which of course is a massive thing up at the football club at the moment. You know.
Well, if you come down, have a cob. I doubt there'll be any left though.
What's that?
There won't be any cob left to have tomorrow.
Well, that's all right. I'm just wondering about Hamilton on here.
No, it's Norris and Russell.
I just think if Hamilton run around, see somebody with a tax bill running behind him, he might drive faster then, see? That's all right, yeah. Yeah. No, so, I mean, the football club's looking being fill up now as well. We're away on Yate on Monday. Then we've got a couple of home games, don't we?
Yeah, where's my next fixture?
We've got Hamworthy on the 4th in the Cup, and then we're home on the 11th again. I think we're on a run of home games, which is going to be good for the coffers, for the finances.
Yes, there's the next fixtures. Let's. I got these funky transitions going on as well, and they sort of slice in and out and make like space age noises, which you can't hear. But
all right, because I'm glad I don't want to hear because I'm obviously old school.
On YouTube,
I'd much rather hold up a card like that. I mean, that would be Trevecan style.
So Hamworthy next Saturday in the FA Cup.
So in the FA Cup, Hamworthy, and on the 11th?
Hendon, yeah.
Hendon home.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, so we've got some home games coming up, so that's pretty good, you know.
I got a little treat for you as well.
Go on then.
This is going to take you back. This is a nearly 5 minute bit of a documentary from BBC Wales.
Oh, the Slate.
The
Slate. Oh, you got that, have you?
Yeah, and
the Slate
from very young Wolvesy in this.
I think it's 1990, 91. We're the Swansea away in the Welsh Cup, aren't we? So bear with it, folks, because apart from listening to me talking nonsense, there are some great shots of Mark Williams and co. And there's some good shots of Merthyr fans on the terraces, and you may recognise some people on there as well.
Just sort of explain what the background of the art, you know.
Well, 1991, 90 it was probably the zenith of the fanzine movement at that time. Everybody had a fanzine.
But it started off the thing just. Remember John Hill died at the Romania game. There was obviously someone at the
end. Sorry, it must be 93 then, 94.
So someone set a flare off at the game and it went across the stadium and it hit a guy who basically lived not more than 400 yards from where we're sitting now.
From Pomolas,
and so John Hill, and that's the context of what it is. And obviously it's talking about the fanzine movement. So
I think it's basically about the fact that, you know, all these things are a consequence of sort of draconian rules, and not that one in particular, but you know, Hillsborough, that's mentioned, you know, Bradford Fire, and I think some of the things that were happening to make that change with the fans are finally having enough and writing fanzines. I think that's what it's about, you know.
So I'll play that now. I'll put our mics on mute, and we'll have 3 or 4 minutes. You can watch a young and
Last night started as a hot evening on the terraces and ended all cold. The World Cup will never come again for Rush, Saunders and Hughes, and somebody died. It's put football on the front pages today again for all the wrong reasons. The whole event was unbelievable. Past footballing tragedies like Haysel and Hillsborough brought many changes in the running of the game. From the top, new regulations. From the terraces, a new voice for the supporters in the emergence of fanzines.
The problem with the media is that they just see the one side of things. They go to the match, they see the trouble inside a match, and they want to investigate what's going on to cause that. There's no way then of us getting out, apart from using the fanzines, to say this has gone wrong, that's gone wrong. The media will only see what they want to see.
It's the only place that fans can give any voice to anything that's bothering them about football, whether it's just the way the team's performing or the way the club is run on or off the field. It's the only platform they've got.
It's a way of reflecting football, how it's changed. The fanzines aren't just full of nonsense. There's some really well-written stuff there, and it's showing, just like hopefully mine as well, it's showing that football fans are a diverse bunch of people, and they're not the stereotype that keeps getting rammed down your throat by the media.
Welsh football boasts nearly 30 different magazines, do-it-yourself rants in all shapes and sizes. Titles are imaginative, but perhaps the most famous is the legendary Dial M for Merthyr.
We had loads of titles. Merthyr, she wrote. That came up first of all. So we thought, Merthyr. Dial M for Merthyr.
Here we go! This is the fanzine, Merthyr.
We had denied space in the programme, and we denied space in the local paper. Anything critical to the club, it doesn't go in. We've tried it doesn't go in. So basically, if something happens, you're not happy with something. The fences were a big problem at Merthyr. We had fences with barbed wire in them. We weren't happy. People wrote to us, and we'd put it in. The club do listen to us. We know that. The fences have gone. The steward improved. The road turnstiles have been opened. All of them have happened 2 or 3 months after we brought out in the fanzine, which can't be that much of a coincidence.
Fanzines are local and personal. Cardiff City's Bluebird Jones takes on one of the game's biggest issues.
One day I was at Ninian Park. It's during the last season. We had a really good season, and for the first time I heard racist chanting. It was only a small amount of people, but it was horrible to listen to. And I thought, what can I do that would actually stop people? Or what can I do to try and make people stop doing it? So I came across the idea of doing a comic strip. It would address matters like that, but in a way that people would laugh, and hopefully at the end they'd think it's quite cool. They'd think, well, the magazine's good, and maybe, just maybe, some of the message would get through. The most, I suppose, political of all the cartoon strips is 70s Man. He's been in a coma for 20 years, and he's woken up, and he's got all the attitudes of the 70s, so he's a total racist idiot, he's a sexist moron, he's a total complete loser. If I went around handing out leaflets half-time with a strong anti-racist feel, I think a lot of people would just throw them straight in the bin. They wouldn't even look at them. The way through is to do it through humour. Humour is a really good way of making people laugh at themselves and perhaps maybe question what they're saying.
Giggs ar ar gyd, I mewn! Ryan Giggs! Dyna chi ddechrau!
Well, that's one he did earlier. For Welsh football culture, both national and club, plus style, politics and music, look to Twrch Pob. The title is infamous and idiomatic, something to do with the English.
The idea with Twrch Pob, I hope it's happening and will happen, is that it's there to discuss ideas. Not just rant and rave, though there's nothing wrong with ranting and raving. We are trying to explore this idea of what is being Welsh outside of the very sort of the narrow confines of sort of rugby, call and choir, because I find it quite offensive that I'm going to be defined and looked upon in those stereotypes. But there's more to being Welsh. I'm not saying what it is, because I'm not really sure. Obviously coming from the valleys, there's a sort of perception of being Welsh there. Just broadening out these common experiences and just working along those lines.
It's horrible being a football fan. It's all wind up and let down, your club doesn't care, and it hurts to want this much. Then Saturday comes.
At least once a week I've got to see a football match. A couple of weeks ago I had to work on the Saturday and I couldn't get to a match. That's the first time in years and years that's happened, and I've just had a loss. I just, it was about 20-3, and I was actually working, and it just felt. It sounds corny, but I just thought, well, I shouldn't be here. I should be doing something else. It is a bug. It's caught you, and there's no getting out of it. And I just hope I'd grow up and get sensible, before it gets too late, because it's costing me a fortune at the moment.
It's a strange thing. It's hard to express. It's the passion that gets you into football. It drives you miles. It drives you up and down the country. You spend a fortune on it. I've seen some awful seasons. I've seen some awful games, and yet I go back next week.
You go there week after week, so when something good happens, you feel as if you've earned it. I've watched Merthyr since I was a kid. Watched them terrible games, terrible. And suddenly we won the Welsh Cup. So when we won the Welsh Cup, it wasn't we've won the Welsh Cup. I'd won the Welsh Cup. I deserve this. We deserve this. The team have won it, but they won it for us. And that's what being a supporter is all about.
And here we go.
So
Blast from the past.
absolutely, yeah. I looked quite young and chubby there, didn't I? Well, is it it must be 93, 94, obviously, because the Romania game was in it.
And the fashions.
Fashions, yeah, were pretty bad. Although I am wearing a quality retro Hibs shirt in some of that stuff.
Yeah, the Swansea game.
In the Swansea game. I mean, some of the Swansea shirt is a shocker as well.
Oh yeah.
Is that Gulfoil one, isn't it? Yeah.
Where was it? Where was it filmed? Because to be honest, there was an impressive drinks cabinet.
I
behind
can't
you.
remember. I'm sure it was some producer's house in Pontcanna. One of these cracker people. Yeah, no, so I'm pretty certain we all raided it afterwards.
Oh god.
But there were some great guys in it. Dylan Llewellyn and that. Really guys. Steve Johnson with Dean Pobe and Mikey Dread.
Yeah.
And that was a really, really cool fanzine. I don't think he did I think he did about 4 issues. But it was really funny. And it was just
that was the one with all the doodles in, was it?
Oh, yeah.
He looked quite artistic.
Yeah. And it's just a product of his time, Oh, obviously, fanzines are still going now. We are still going, albeit after a big hiatus. But yeah, we're going.
I think most of them have come into the modern day, though. They look modern. Ours still doesn't.
I think we've deliberately kept ours to the cut and paste thing with the.
It isn't cut and paste. It's all.
Yeah, but I think we were accused once of being like a church newsletter. Because it's all print and everything, and I said, well, that's the way it is, We haven't got the skills and the time to
the first issues were just handwritten, some of it, typewritten.
A lot of things are online now, and don't get me wrong, you post a lot of articles and stuff online on social media and stuff, and there's a blog site you can look at the old audio articles. But I still think having a fanzine in your hand, I've got the Wrexham fanzine shag in my hand at the moment to keep me occupied at half time. So that's it's still great to have that tactile feeling of a fanzine in your hand. But yeah, some of those lads there were really sort of revolutionary people.
So
yeah,
time.
So it's next thing is the game. So we'll see you after the game, is it? See if we can drag some the players and coaches in to give some review the game and see how we went, and we'll have a look at who the man of the match is.
I'll be back online at 5, yeah?
About 5 o'clock, is it?
Awesome. Leaders.
Okay, see you later.